Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and I've made a new pick a card read for you. How did your person feel about you at some significant point in the past? Perhaps when you met, perhaps at another significant point in their past. How do they feel about you right now? And how are they going to feel about you at some significant point in the future? Now, I've made 3 readings here. It's a timeless reading. Whenever you get into it, it's good. Each of them has got a deeper dive, so the future portion of it is going to be in a deeper dive, an extended reading. So if you find that the past part and the present part could be a story, then you might want to get that. For all the advice that's in there, I'm just going to do the same thing again, in fact, but just for the future of how they're going to feel about you. And so if you do want those deeper dives, toward the end of each of these readings, you'll see a link popping up there. There's also a link in the description box and in the comments below, and that's where you can also find your timestamps to jump ahead to your reading. And so all you need to do now is take a pick. Which one would you like? Would you like this crystal, which is a quartz from this island, Tau quartz, or the flower on this pile, or the shell, Pippi, beautiful purple shell this time. So there you go, take your pick. Don't forget to click like on this video and click that subscribe button along with that notification bell to hear more from me, and leave a comment as well as you're watching. It really helps my channel out when you do that kind of stuff. So enjoy your reading. I will see you in there. If you chose the crystal, then this one's for you. Crystals, let's find out how your person did feel about you at some significant point in the past, how they feel about you right now, and then how they feel about you in the future, or how they will feel about you in the future at some significant point in the future. That future part of it is going to be in a deeper dive, so that's going to be in an extended reading. If you find that the past and the present part could be true for you and it's your story, then you might want to get that. Toward the end of the reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link in the description box and in the comments below. So let's get some general cards out for your first crystals about how your person's feeling about you, about this relationship. Watching and listening carefully. Your person is watching you very carefully, getting certain about you because they're on the threshold of taking some action. So this is what we're talking about. If that's your situation, continue watching. Or you think that's your situation, so they're really paying close attention to you at the moment. Feels like they're about to make a big decision on you that's going to change their life significantly. And if they do that, they want to make certain, they want to get all the information that they can on you, kind of thing, to make sure that they are making the right decision. Feeling vulnerable right now because of that. It feels, I don't know what your person's got going on in their life, but it feels to me like the decision of being with you could be quite disruptive in their life, and they need to know, or do they just need more information, as much information as they can get to make sure that they're making the right decision because of whether it's worth it with the impacts that it's going to have on the rest of their life, because it does make them vulnerable for some reason. So it could be that they have to leave something behind. Is this the direction that they want to go in? Okay, well, it feels like they're getting there. Let's find out the past. So how did they feel about you in the past? Some significant point in the past. Now, this could be when you met, but it doesn't have to be. It could be at some significant other point. How did they feel about you in the past? 7 of Pentacles. So wanting to make an effort, wanting to plant this seed and to nurture this connection, wanting to give to it, wanting to put energy into this connection. So a definite feeling of wanting to nurture this and grow this. So there's this feeling that you're important to them and you've got a connection with each other, and they just knew. It's like they knew that they had to make an effort and they had to show you that they were willing to make that effort. So whatever it is that they've done, just willing, really willing. It feels to me like, yes, I want to do this kind of thing, energy. Now, from these cards, I'm getting that they are not yet made a full decision to go all in on this, but it seems like their heart from this point in the past was a big yes to them. You're a big yes to them. What else here? How are they feeling about crystals in the past? You know, this is a strong feeling that they had for you, because this is more than I like them, I love them, or whatever. This is more like I want to make the effort. Like, this is the really important. You're really important to them. They want to make the effort. But yeah, there's that decision, not being at the stage. It's strange. It's like they've chosen you, but they've not chosen you. They've chosen you and they want to invest in these, and they know that they're going to be together with you. And they did from this early start as well. But that big decision of actually leaping in and going all in with you has not yet been made, or wasn't at this point anyway. Seven of Pentacles. Tell us why the Seven of Pentacles is here. So it's so important to them. You're so important to them that they knew that they wanted to take action and wanted to show you that that action's being taken. Yeah, you're definitely theirs. They know that. Muse of Inspiration. Muse of Materials, wanting to be that solid person for you. It's like they tuning into you, and they know that you've been disappointed in the past, and they know that you haven't received so much in the past, and they know that you've been hurt by people in the past. They might be aware of that by knowing you, but they're wanting to be this consistency for you and to claim you, and like, you're theirs, and they know it. Yet when they get with you, when they are with you, their heart, they're not fully open. They weren't fully open yet at this point. It's like very much torn in two in a way. So much of them certain about this and knowing exactly how they need to treat you because they don't want to put a foot wrong with you. But then, so in the mind, they're all in kind of thing, but then they're with you and there's that little bit of a pullback, that little bit of a heart closing down. I wonder what that's about. You might have experienced this feeling before when you really like someone, and then when you're dreaming about them and you're thinking, I'm going to say that thing to them, I'm going to say that thing to them, and then when you're actually in front of them, something holds you back. For some reason, something holds you back. It's that little bit of out of alignment that holds you back. And so they're not fully aligned with this yet, which is why there's no decision being made at this point in the past. So what's behind that? And that could have been confusing to them as well, that pulling back. Omens. They were getting signs to do that, signs to pull back. So they're getting signs on both sides here. Signs to show you that they can be trusted, and show you that they're going to take action, show you that they claim you, show that they're consistent and steady for you, but also signs to hold back. So they might have been feeling a little bit of a pullback from you, and they've pulled back, and I think they're quite wary in a way, that watch and listen carefully. They pay close attention to you, and if they feel like they're making you uncomfortable at all, or they feel any kind of pullback, they will have withdrawn too. So very much responding to your energy, and it's, yeah, they don't want to mess this up. So as soon as there's a little bit of a hesitation from you, they'll withdraw their energy straight away. How interesting. It's like they are very nurturing towards you and very tuned into you, and the slightest flinch from you has them withdrawing, wanting to be very gentle with you. Like maybe they tune into you being wounded, is what it could be, and they are afraid to trigger you in any kind of a way. Not in a thing, believing that you're highly triggered kind of a person and on a head trigger kind of thing. Not that. It's more a feeling like they know that you've been wounded and they don't want to hurt you, and so they're very careful with their advances towards you. Two of Wands though, but they haven't made up their mind. Yeah, the victory. They're quite overthinking this, but very much wanting to have a victory with you, not wanting to mess anything up. So it's like they have to get all the ducks in a row before they can make that decision to come toward you, is what it feels like to me. They think so highly of you that although they've already chosen you, they are wary of getting it wrong. They're wary of getting something wrong. They want a victory with you. They want to do it the right way. They want to get a victory with you. So they're very much in their head about it all, overthinking this. What's behind that is growth though. You are a step up for them, and you feel a little bit out of their league, and so that's why they don't want to put a foot wrong. It's why they feel like they need to prove themselves to you first, even if they don't. need to prove themselves for you. They feel that they need to do that. It's almost like they need to prove themselves for themselves, you know, to feel good enough for you. This is why they're being so careful as well. So if you're in that situation, or you were in the past where you're just like, I want them to come forward, why aren't they making a move? It's because they're being very careful. Yeah, being very careful with you for some reason. So they might know a little bit of your story, you know, of maybe some pain that you've been through, or some hurt that you've been through, or I don't know. Criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. Yeah, it feels to me like they just want to impress you. They don't want you to criticize them. They didn't want to do anything that would cause you to criticize them. They're very sensitive. This is a very sensitive person. Sensitive to you dismissing them, you criticizing them. It's almost like it would crush them if you rejected them. So they're going real slow, you know. Acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are. There's no point in trying to change that which is beyond our control. So there's definitely a block for them here. So they kind of accepting that they couldn't make a move forward even though they were choosing you. So that's like 1 foot in and 1 foot out in a way, but not for a bad reason. Accepting that they can't move forward for now for some reason. That's where they were in the past. Tell us more about this. Be proud of yourself. So yeah, they're wanting to be proud. They're wanting you to be proud of them. They want to be proud of themselves so that you are proud of them too. So for some reason in the past they had something that they weren't proud of, and they knew that they couldn't come at you with that, and so they're wanting to put that effort in to make some changes in their life so that they're coming to you as the best self with a good offer, is what it feels like. They wanted to make you proud, you know. So they might be really looking up to you, thinking like, wow, Crystal is amazing, and you know, Crystal really made something of themselves, and here am I, like, not feeling that good enough. I want to raise myself up to meet Crystal, kind of thing. Heartbreak. So they're kind of heartbroken that they couldn't be with you, or heartbroken that they weren't at the right, at the same stage of life as you, or that same level as you when they met you. But the spark there, and they're trusting that spark as well. So a lot of chemistry between you, and a soul kind of connection is what I'm feeling from that spark. So there's just something between you. They know that you're theirs, and they are yours. But there's also a knowing in them as well that they're not quite ready, or not quite at your level yet, needing to grow. Last. A lot of chemistry there, so they want you. So a lot of attraction between you on that level, for sure. Now, your person could have had a sex addiction in the past as well. They could have been really focused on that a little bit too much. Truth and fear. So it's like you hold the key for the true them, but they're so afraid. I was picking up on that. So afraid of rejection from you. It's like they can be rejected by a lot of people, and it's like maybe when they're in this like sex addiction, lusty kind of stage of their life, they didn't care, you know, people could come and go, but like you're holding the key to the heart there, and so that makes you really scary. It makes them really vulnerable. They're really vulnerable to you. They are. Yeah. So it's like they're plucking up the courage to come forward. What about the heart? Where was the heart at back then? Yeah, so this is like a point in the past, maybe when they met you, around when they met you, or early days, you know. Where was the heart at back then? Listen with your heart. You're listening, but you need to hear with a loving heart. So you brought them into their heart. They started listening to the heart more, and it feels to me like you switched the heart back on again, and very much picking up this. They were in a lusty thing. Maybe they were going from one person to another, conquest to conquest kind of thing, and yeah, not tuned into the heart. And you've come along and you've pinged their heart, and the heart's like, oh, I need to start tend into my heart. I'm allowed to be happy, like truly happy, not this pretend fake happiness going from one person to another. Because I don't care what anyone says, when you're in that, it doesn't make you feel good in the long term. It doesn't make you feel good about yourself. You don't wake up in the morning feeling good about yourself. You might feel good about yourself when you are going to bed at night, but you don't feel good about yourself in the morning. So that's not really making the heart happy, and you kind of switched them onto the heart. You've woken them up in a way. Now, it might have taken them, because of that, waking up to the heart, that might have taken them a while to get from this point to the point that they're at right now. And how are they feeling about you now? Let's find out. So how are they feeling about crystals now? Yeah, so very well could have been a player in the past, and you're one of those people that comes into their life and it changes them. They realize, oh, it's like, take a long hard look at themselves kind of thing. And well, not in a bad way. Yeah, I guess they are judging themselves, but making them step forward, step up. 8 of Wands, this is about communication, so they might be wanting to communicate, wanting to tell you something. How are they feeling about crystals now? King of Cups, they really love you, but kind of in retreat, healing mode at the moment. Retreating away from you, taking space from you, but really in love with you, really loving you. Yeah. There's an unconditional love about that King of Cups. They want to tell you about it. They want to tell you the feelings, I think. Let's have a look. What's the 8 of Wands about? What are they wanting to communicate? What do they want to communicate to crystals at the moment? The 5 of Voices, the chaos and conflict that are in. They want a big start. They want to give you a big offer here, but they've got to tell you about this chaos and conflict that they're in at the moment. It's something that they've been holding back from you, not wanting to admit to you. So they've got something going on in their lives. They don't want to admit that to you, but they know that they have to. They have to come clean about it at some point, because they want to give you this big offer. So it feels to me like your person is psyching themselves up at the moment. That's why I got the Threshold card, to tell you something. And there's something that they want to tell you, is to give you this big love offer, but it comes with an apology for something that you don't know about yet, some chaos and conflict that's going on in their lives. So they're bringing some junk into your life. So that could be what they've been holding back. They've been protective of you, not wanting to bring this junk that they've got in their life, this chaos and conflict, into your life. They might have been hoping for it to go away first before they can give this love offer. Now there seems to be this energy of, it's not going to go away. I just need to be upfront with crystals about it and tell them about it. Come at them with this big love offer of that that you're unlikely to say no to anyway. That they're happy enough with themselves, because they do want to get this right. They want to have the victory with you. But they're going to tell you about this chaos and conflict that's going on in their life too. They want to be upfront with you. They never want to tell you lies. They want to be upfront with you and let you know about that. And it's not that they've lied to you. It's that they've just held something back from you. And they want to come clean about that. Yeah, wow, Death. So big transformations going on for them at the moment. And they're really going through it. Very nervous is what I'm just picking up on now, to have this rebirth, but they're right on the edge of that now, right on the edge of leaving something behind, something that they're not going to be able to leave behind completely, because they're bringing a bit of that chaos and conflict with them, which is why they need to tell you about that. But wanting this big start with you, to make you a big offer, is making them really nervous. So right now they're feeling extremely nervous to tell you how they feel, to tell you about this chaos and conflict, and to give you this big offer. They could be practicing it at the moment, what it is that they're going to say. So bit in retreat mode at the moment, 4 of Swords, while they're sorting themselves out internally, ready for this, but loving you unconditionally. What's this about? What's behind this? King of Cups and the 4 of Swords. What's behind this King of Cups and the 4 of Swords? Temperance, taking the time. Two of Inspiration, that's that Two of Wands again, and making that decision to come forward. They're psyching themselves up. They're thinking a lot about this, psyching themselves up, very nervous about it, but taking their time to get themselves prepared to come in with this offer for you. Very nervous about it. They're terrified. This is someone who is, scared that you're going to reject them. Taking the time with that. It almost feels like they'd rather delay it than have you say no. So they'd rather give themselves more time to ensure that they have more to offer you than to risk you saying no. But I'm also getting this nervousness, a feeling like they know that they need to act soon, like that you're not going to wait forever for them. So very much happening right now, though. This Death card, I'm getting this imminence kind of thing, and it's when I pulled that I was feeling the nervousness from them. They're on the brink of it, of speaking out to you. There's healing energy behind that, right? And so that step back that they've taken, the Four of Swords, is also the card of healing, that retreat, relaxation. It's not like a holding back energy, like I don't want to talk to them or give them any energy. It's not that. It's different. It's like I need to sort myself out first. Healing energy is behind that, and there's something that they need to heal with you as well. It feels like they want to impress you, but now they're realizing that they need to be intimate with you and tell you the chaos and conflict that they've got in their lives, which isn't going to impress you, but for them to be real with you, they know that they need to show you and tell you the whole self of what's going on with them. So very much a feeling of wanting to impress you before, but now not realizing that they're never going to get to that point. They were trying to get rid of something's chaos and conflict out of their lives, but they've not been able to do that, and they're realizing that they're never going to be able to do that. Of course, no one can. And so, yeah, they know that now they need to be upfront with you and tell you these things, and for you to deal with that together, whatever it is. It doesn't feel major to me. Well, it's probably major to them. You might appear like you've got no chaos and conflict in your life, crystals, and they're not wanting to bring those in. They might be looking up at you and putting you on a pedestal and thinking that you're perfect, and afraid to bring any kind of disruptive energy into your life. But now they've realized that they need to just be honest with you. How else are they feeling right now about crystals? Don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it's only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others, right? So this really shows where they're at right now. Before, they were thinking about what they should do, but now they realize that they need to be true to themselves and be like openly honest with you, all of it, not just openly honest with you about the good bits that will impress you, but about all of them. It's like they're giving themselves permission to be a human being with you instead of trying to impress you. They want to step up and lead. They want to be the one that, like that king, the king of wands and the king of pentacles, they want to be that strength in your life. They don't want to mess you around. They want to be consistent for you and stable for you. They want to step up and lead. They want to be the leader in this. Step into your power. They want to be the powerful one. They're not feeling it, right? And so I think that's why they were trying to get rid of this chaos and conflict out of their lives. That makes them feel unpowerful, and they didn't want to bring that into your life. They want to be strong for you. Wow, they want to be that leader for you. So you could be real strong, crystals, and they want to be strong for you too. Very masculine. A lot of masculine coming through here, so a lot of masculine energy, yeah. And a lot of them wanting to do the right thing, you know? So maybe they've seen you being strong, crystals, and maybe they've seen you having to be more in your masculine and like do it all for yourself kind of thing, and they want to be the masculine for you so you can be more in the feminine. Could be true for some of you. Let me know in the comments below if that's you, if you had to be in your masculine. And we do, you know, it's like being a single parent. You have to be both a mum and a dad. And when you're a single person who've been, you know, very independent for a long time, you have to be both of those energies for yourself, right? And they might really like the feminine in you and want to step up and be the masculine. Got memories here. They are remembering times that you've spent together at the moment, very much replaying those memories, interactions that you've had. You go back over it, like reliving it, especially the good times when you've laughed together and all of that. They remember that stuff and tap into that a lot to make themselves, just kind of give themselves encouragement. What else? Control. They feel like they want to take the lead in their life. They want to take control of their lives to show you that they can be strong for you too. They've been trying to protect you from this chaos and conflict for that very reason. They want to take control of it. It feels like the chaos and conflict was something that they just let ride, that they didn't step up and like set a boundary to, and they just let it carry on in their lives, but they don't want to bring it into your life. You know, it's that whole thing where sometimes we'll let chaos and conflict and disruption and bad behavior and toxicity, toxic people and behaviors and stuff go on in our lives. Like, we'll put up with it. And then when a loved one comes into our life, we're like, there's no way I would let them treat them like that. Like, they're not treating my loved one like that. And then we have this realization, oh, well, if it's not good enough for my loved one, it's certainly not good enough for me. I should be holding myself to that same level, right? And so they need to gone out of my life, not just my lover's life. And so they know that this chaos and conflict that's in their life is not good enough for you. And it feels to me like they've had this realization it's not good enough for them too. They shouldn't have been putting up with that. That's why they're tuned to the heart again, right? That's very much, they've switched them onto self-love, and they realize they weren't advocating for their heart before. Getting into their heart and making good decisions for their heart and really taking care of themselves. So from this control card, I'm getting that they want to take control in their lives. So they've been setting new boundaries and all of that. That's what this death card is about. Setting new boundaries for themselves. Finally taking care of themselves. Not just so that you don't bring it into your life, but to sort it out for themselves. To draw a line in the sand saying, no, you will not treat me like that. Could be that they've had a controlling person in their life as well, and they were just kind of putting up with it. Making them feel lesser. They just will so want to step up and be that strong one for you. And it's not because you're weak. It's because they've seen you being the strong one for so long. They want to do that for you. You've really lit a fire in them to be who they really are, is what it feels like. Pretty cool. Feeling withdrawn at the moment. Yeah, pulling back from you at the moment. I'm not quite ready yet. I'm very close to it, is what it feels. Self-love. Yeah. So you've ignited that in them. First they were doing it for you, and then there's been that dawn of realization. It's like, oh, I should be doing this for myself. And so perhaps they've seen you doing those self-loving things, and they realize they need to take care of themselves better. You know, they could have been in a very stressful situation amongst this chaos and conflict for a long time. And it's like you've shone a light on, they need to make those changes in their life to not put up with that stuff anymore. Where's the heart at right now? You've really given them a lot to think about. You've really instigated change within them and their life as well. Big turnaround. Where's the heart at right now? get to know each other. So they're watching and listening carefully. They're getting to know you, even if they're not like in full-on relationship with you right now, which is what it doesn't feel like to me. They, still getting to know you as best they can right now. And also spend quality time together. They really want to spend quality time with you. Listen and talk to each other. There's very much, this first card out here, they want to talk to you. They want to spend some time with you. They want to talk to you. They could be trying to manifest that at the moment, spending some quality time with you, hanging out with you or something like that. The memories of it, for sure, they're spending quality time together. I was picking up on when you've had good times together, when you've, especially when you've been laughing together, when it's been very light. They're remembering that. They want that again. They want those good times with you. But very much retreated right now, away from you. Sorting other stuff out is what it feels like. But that really wanting to communicate with you, that's the biggest thing here, is that they want to communicate with you right now. It's like they're building up to it. Maybe practicing what to say to you as well. But they're going to be vulnerable in that. They're going to reveal to you the things that aren't great in their lives. They're hoping that you'll love them, and terrified that you're going to reject them. Wow, so it's pretty emotional, this one. If that sounds like it is your story, or could be your story, then you might want to get the deeper dive for that future part of it. How are they going to feel about you in the future? We'll get a possible timeline out for that as well. Hopefully a point in time where they will move forward, or something significant will happen anyway. If you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for up there. There's also a link in the description box and in the comments below. I'm just going to do the same thing again, but for the future. How will they feel about you in the future? So it's just 20 Australian dollars, that, which is about 15 American dollars right now. It's an instant watch kind of a thing. Type your email address in very carefully, because if you get it wrong, you won't receive it. The email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, your promotions folder, places like that. Whatever your email account, wherever it puts emails to hide them away from your awareness. Check those places. In that email, you'll see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. You click on the crystal on a device where you can open PDFs. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video. And when you click on the picture of a video, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it will. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Click that subscribe button, leave a comment, click that notification bell, do all that clicking stuff down there. Very much appreciated when you do that. So good luck with all of this if this is where you're leaving me. And if you're coming with me to the deeper dive, then I'll see you in there very shortly. If you chose the flower, then this one's for you. Flowers, let's find out how your person felt about you at some point some significant point in the past, perhaps when you met, but perhaps another significant point in your past. How they feel about you right now, and also how they're going to feel about you at a significant point in the future. Hard to get those words out. And so the past part and the present part are going to be in this video here, and the future part is going to be in a deeper dive. So if you find that the past and the present could be a story, or is your story, then you might want to get that future part to find out the heads up of what's coming up next and how they are going to feel about you, and perhaps what's going to go down in that future part. If you're interested in that, toward the end of this reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link in the description box and in the comments below. So let's get you some general cards out first about this relationship, what this reading is all about. Where's it at right now, this relationship for flowers? What's this reading about? That change, I just saw 55 seconds into it just then. See, change, told you. Bringer of change. There's change happening right now in this relationship. Something is going to bring about change. It's not just cards that get information from and just directly to me through feelings and things like that. But yeah, numbers as well. Fives. When I see fives, I know change is about to happen. Magic maker. Good change is about to happen. Excellent. What else? Okay, so if it's been a bit stagnant, this relationship, expect change. Journey. It's a big process. It's all part of the journey. And relationships are a journey, right? It's not just about getting that one person and it's going to be steady. There's your relationship journey is you in many relationships, getting to know yourself, that self-love journey, and then coming together, them getting to know themselves, you getting to know yourself even more through each other, loving yourselves more through each other, and then the journey together. So it's the relationship between you and them starts long before you meet. Think of it that way. It's all one big journey. Well, let's find out how they felt about you. How did your person feel about you at some significant point in the past? Flowers. How did Flowers' person feel about them at some significant point in the past? Magician. More of that magical kind of an energy. So you're the one that they've manifested, is what it feels like to me. So when they met you, this could be when they met you, they realize that you're exactly who they're looking for. You're the one that they've been trying to manifest. So you could be checking all those boxes on their soulmate list, you know, that kind of thing. But Ten of Swords, Four of Pentacles, having to hold their energy back. Because why? Because they're walking away from something something that's been painful in their lives, something that's not completed in their lives yet. And so they're needing to hold some energy back from you while they do that. So they've met you when they're not ready, but they were manifesting you. And they know that you're the one that they're manifesting because you have all the things about you are a match to what it is that they've been trying to manifest. They want a relationship like that. However, they've still got stuff going on in their lives that's painful. And so they're not all in yet. They're not fully approaching you yet. The Magician, you are the one that they've been trying to manifest there. You tick all the boxes. You are the one that they could have that long-term relationship with. Eight of Voices. However, they feel trapped. They felt trapped. Feeling, trapped. Definite thing that they needed to walk away from there in the past. So they could be being in a relationship, feeling trapped, feeling like they couldn't get out of that, but also trying to manifest a new love, and you've arrived before they're even out of that relationship, and like, oh, here is my manifestation, yet I am not ready. I am still trapped in this situation. How come? What's behind this? Inner journey. Right. So they were doing the inner work to manifest, but they hadn't yet sorted out their environment. You know how you do that? You manifest something, you dream it first and all of that, but then you need to get ready for it, and that requires letting go of things. And you've come in, but they're still trapped and still have to let go of something. So they did the inner work before they've done the outer work. And perhaps you instigated them having this let go, so had to hold their energy back. So it's not like they approached you. They knew they had to hold their energy back while they had this painful ending going on in their life, or until this painful ending happened from this thing that they're trapped in. So excuse me, you highlighted a need in them to get moving on it, to make change. You've brought change into the life, of course. Bringers of change, yes. You brought change into the life. The High Priestess. So they see you like as a High Priestess, like this gift from God in a way. Not only are you the one that they've been trying to manifest, you tick all those boxes, but you also instigate this great change in them to actually sort their environment out, walk away from something, untrap themselves, set themselves free from something. So it's like you instigate that in them. They know that they have to do it now. Now they've got a good reason to walk away from this thing, this ending. What behind that? From that High Priestess as well, I'm getting that they really, it's not like they feel bad that you've triggered this need for change in them. It's not at all. It's the other way around. It's they feel good. They're glad that you came in, giving them a good excuse there. But they know that the burden is on them to do that, right? So that's why they've taken a step back, why they hold their energy back from you. So if this is someone you met and you're like, wow, they're perfect for me, I'm perfect for them, why is it not happening? If they like saw you and you could tell that there was this connection between you, but then they're taking a step back, this is why. Because they've got something going on in their lives where they're trapped and it's painful, and they just knew not ready to be in this new relationship yet. However, very thankful that you've come in to instigate that in them, to not force the change, but you've motivated them to make this change. Now it's not an easy change for them. Only time will tell comes out. So even though you are the one that they've manifest, they're still not fully certain that they'll end up with you. Not that they don't choose you. They're not certain that they can get themselves out of all of this stuff in time for you. Only time will tell. So they're hopeful to be together with you, but they're not fully certain about that. Now that kind of takes them a step away from the manifestation in a way. No, I guess it doesn't. Not with this card, it doesn't, because they've got the trust of the universe. So if they're not believing in it, then that could take them away from this manifestation of you. But they got trust the universe out with it, so they are trusting the universe, so that makes it more of a surrender thing, which is a good thing. That takes them more toward the manifestation of you. Yeah, so they're trusting in the universe, and yeah, only time will tell whether you'll be together. But they're trusting that you came into their life for a reason, trusting that if you're going to be together, you're going to be together. But it seems to me like they're making the moves, or you've instigated that in them, making the moves to sort out their environment, to free themselves up from whatever this thing is that makes them feel tied down. Probably a relationship. It's got to be a painful ending first. I mean, well, they were daydreaming about you, imagining being with you, imagining being in bed with you, imagining, a life with you, very much in the fantasy daydream, falling in love with you, that kind of an energy. Freedom, and thinking of freedom, thinking of imagining them being free so that they can be with you and daydreaming a life with you. So more into the manifestation of freedom then and being with you. Nice. I think you've got a master manifestor on your hands here. They seem to know what to do. They've done the inner work first. They manifest you. They recognize you, that you come in as a manifestation of what they've been focused on. Then they take it to the next stage. They're not only like, oh, damn, now I've got to need to make these changes. I'm about to get down and do the graph. The burden's on them. They know that, to make those changes. But now they're dreaming it up again. They're dreaming up those changes of them being free and being with you. So they're taking, like, next step of the manifestation is manifesting this freedom and actually being with you. Pretty cool. It's going to be a journey though. Hi. Self-consciousness. Very bothered about what other people think. Right now. No, before. Whenever this was. And doubting. Yeah, you see, I was picking up on a bit of that. So your person's perhaps heading toward being a master manifestor then, but there's a bit of doubt there. I mean, we all get that, don't we? A bit of a doubt whether they can actually reach you in time, whether they're going to set themselves free in time for you. Only time will tell. So there is a bit of doubt there, yeah. They're trusting in the universe there. They're hoping and trusting that this will come about. So this is a point in time, probably when you met, and them realizing that you're exactly what they've been looking for their whole life. And certainly recently. And you've instigated change in them to sort something out in their life, to have a painful end of some painful ending, yeah. So they held their energy back from you, but they're seeing you as the high priestess, so like a gift from God, and it's come in at like the serendipitous timing to help instigate these changes. Got good energy, I like it. So how are they feeling about you now? No, where's the heart at? Where was the heart at back then? Where was their heart at back then? Relationship patterns. Yeah, so it does feel like that, like a relationship that they were in. Certain relationship patterns, so they want a different. You know, we have certain relationships. Maybe it was a really clingy relationship, and then we decide next relationship, I want someone that's like more free, more independent, and then we have that experience, and then we're like, I'd quite like more someone that's, they're a little bit detached. Maybe I would like someone that's more attached, and we kind of go through all these different experiences, like, that was a bit too hot, I want it cold, that's a little bit too cold, I want it warmer, until we find this balance and the relationship pattern that's right for us. And so it could be that you're very different than their previous partner, and because they're addressing these relationship patterns that they've been in. It takes strength to recognize the need for change. To recognize the need for change, and then you've come in as that change, bringing about even more change in their life. It's very good. There's a lot of alignment here. Now, this is how you are to them. I don't know the other way around. What they're bringing, the change that they're bringing in for you. Let me know in the comments below. What change did they bring in for you? Because it's probably, balanced reciprocal. So how are they feeling about flowers now? How are they feeling about flowers now? Heartbroken. Oh no. Heartbroken. How are they feeling about flowers now? How's flowers person feeling now? Temperance, waiting, patience. Heartbroken about what? New journey and Queen of Voices. Queen of Voices is about boundaries, it's about having to cut something out, it's about having to be hard and strong about something to have this new journey. So it could be that they're having a bit of a struggle with cutting this thing out, with setting themselves free, with being the baddie in a way, being the one that has to be cold and heartless in a certain situation to cut it out so they can set themselves free. So the Fool is about taking a risk. So they might be heartbroken that they've not taken the risk yet, or it could be breaking the heart who they're going to have to cut out, what they're going to have to cut out of their lives to be with you, to take that fool's journey into the unknown. We got that they're bothered about what other people think of them, and so that could be breaking the heart too, is them trying to make everyone happy with that, which they're not going to be able to do, because you can't do that. You can't extract yourself from a situation, set yourself free and make everyone happy at the same time. It's just not going to happen. So it feels to me like they're heartbroken because of the hard things that they need to do in order to go on this new journey with you, to be with you. So it's not you that's breaking the heart, it's the things that they have to leave behind. What's behind that is psychic development. They know they need to do it. They've had the intuition that they need to do it. They've got a psychic connection with you as well. It feels to me like they might have needed to take a step back from you as well. That could be breaking the heart too, while they are cutting these things out of their life. Well, we've seen that with the Four of Pentacles as they withdrew. They withdrew from you. They might be waiting it out now. Why the Temperance? So they're feeling very patient about it, or having to wait something out while they put some burdens down. Ten of Inspiration, while they're ending things in their life, putting some burdens down, cutting stuff out of their lives, so not able to come forward. So in the present, not able to come forward yet, still ending things, still having to put things down, not feeling like the best kind of person ever, or feeling completely heartbroken about it, that they're having to be the baddie, that they're having to leave people behind or break people's hearts, or perhaps, it could be a situation with the children as well, so it's a heavy kind of thing. They're struggling with that. They're struggling with the choices that they need to make and these changes. You brought that change around, they know that they need to do it. It's like they want to leap forward to this daydream of this freedom, but the actual getting there to the freedom is having to disappoint people, having to be this strong one and make some difficult decisions there to put burdens down. They're really struggling with that. It's like they want to be the nice guy or the nice girl in this situation and they can't be. Okay, so they're struggling with themselves at the moment. Doesn't really tell me how they're feeling about you. Have you noticed that? A lot of this, apart from the magician of like you're the one that they're looking for, there's not a whole lot of emotion here about you. It's all about them. Sacred union. Honor and treasure your relationship, for it's truly sacred. So they are feeling like this relationship is truly sacred, like they're really meant to be with you. Yeah, there is an inner knowing there, trusting the universe, only time will tell. Your person's quite chill and relaxed about things. Perhaps very strong spiritually or religiously. Probably spiritually, but they know that you've got a connection. They're kind of trusting in that. This is someone that trusts in the universe as well. Go with the flow of life kind of a person. They're relaxed. Yeah, they are. They're a manifestor, you see. They're relaxed about it all. So even though going through all of this struggle and trying to be the good one, that could be because of a spiritual kind of a background as well. You just coming to terms with being the baddie, you know, creating change in people's lives, being an instigator of change, being okay with that. They're still quite relaxed about it and speaking the world into being. So still, you know, manifesting it, still manifesting this in a relaxed way. So they're not in any rush. Here's the temperance. They're not in any rush to do it. So hopefully you're not too, because they're certainly not in a rush. There's no rush. They don't think you're going anywhere, which suggests that they do really think that you guys are going to be together. Perhaps you're just like an unusual match kind of thing, or just perfect for each other, and so they know it. They know that there's nobody else going to be right for you, or no one, not many. Patience. So again, you've got patience. Your person is extremely patient. They're not in a rush about anything. Soul connection, because they feel it. You're theirs. They're yours. So that's why they're so certain about you. I think they've got this one in the bag. Not in a like a braggadocious kind of a way, but they're tuned in. They're a manifestor. They're tuned in. They know when you showed up. You're the one that you're manifesting, and so there's that inner knowing about you. They're relaxed about it. I wonder if you are too. Are you too? Let me know. Are you relaxed about it as well? Are you patient? Or are you kind of impatient? Oh, they think you're so beautiful. They think you're so beautiful, so attracted to you. But betrayal. What's this betrayal about? Old wounds. Okay. Right. So there's something here about old wounding, perhaps relationship patterns that they were in the past. Old wounding causing these betrayals. Someone betraying them, perhaps. Wounding causing them to be with someone that betrays them. Or it could be old wounds that causing them to betray people that they're with as well in relationships. It could be that they're having to heal this stuff too, that they've recognized this in them. I feel very lucky to have met you. There's a little bit of unworthiness in that, in this old wounding, unless they've been doing a lot of work on that to release it. Something that they're not proud of. I feel very lucky to have met you. Almost like after the way that I've been in relationships, I don't really deserve. But then you do. You know, it's like for all the things that I've done wrong in the past, I don't really deserve flowers now. Flowers being so great. But then you do. You see, that's that journey, like I was saying. Your relationship started a long time ago, way before you met each other. It's a journey, and it's a journey of getting to know ourselves. And sure, we might not be proud of the stuff that we've done in the past, but if we've done that stuff and we've moved on from it and we've healed from it, then we will manifest better as we go. It's not about what we've done in the past. It's about how we handle that and whether we healed from it, whether we let it go, and whether we learn from it. And if you're doing that kind of stuff, it doesn't matter what you've done in the past. It's going to be better for you that you did that stuff in the past and you got through it and out the other end. So it's how clean our energy is after that, how we've forgiven ourselves and all of that stuff that's really important. So your person hasn't been perfect. They've been through it. They've had stuff going on, but it feels to me like they've done a lot of work on themselves. So much so that it doesn't actually surprise them of what shows up in their life. Kind of self-assured. Hey, where's the heart at right now? Love makes the difference. You've made all the difference to them. Wow. Love helps heal past hurts and provides a sense of security and self-worth. This is why they're so chill. You've got a very steady energy for them, and you make them feel very relaxed and assured about this. That's beautiful. Love is making all the difference to them. So they're feeling this soul connection with you, which is why they're patient for this to come about, while they're going through this struggle of letting things go in their life to be with you. But love is making the difference. You just existing is making a difference in their life. and making it easier for them and giving them good reason to make these changes as well. So there you go. If that sounds like it is your past and your present of how they could be feeling about you now, which again wasn't a lot about you, really, was it? It's more about what they're going through now, which is not a selfish thing. This is someone who deals with their inner game. It's someone that knows themselves and deals with their inner game, and that's the kind of person you want to be in a relationship with, right? It's not that they're not going to think about you, but they're not making it all about you. They know that this is their trip to go down and their journey to be on. Well, if that sounds like it is your story, you might want to get that deeper dive. For the future part, I'm just going to do the same again. But for the future, if you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link in the description box and in the comments below for that. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. Type your email address in very carefully, because if you get it wrong, you're not going to receive it. The email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, your promotions folder, places like that. Those folders that the email provider that you're using stashes them away so you can't find them. Check those places, because it's going to be in there. If it's not in your inbox, that is. In that email, you'll see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that flower on your device where you can open PDFs. In that PDF, amongst other things, you're going to see a picture of a video. When you click on the picture of a video, if it doesn't take you straight away to a video, then just try it on a different device and it will. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment as well. Click that subscribe button with that notification bell down there for more of this good stuff. And so thanks again. And if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. And if you're coming with me to the deeper dive, then I'll see you in there very shortly. If you chose the shell, and this one's for you, shells, let's find out how your person felt about you at some significant point in the past, how your person feels about you right now, and how your person is going to feel about you at some significant point in the future. Now, the future part of it is going to be in a deeper dive, so in an extended reading. If you're interested in the future part, if you find that the past and the present is your story, or could be a story, you might want to get that. Toward the end of the reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So let's get some general cards out for you guys first, shells. What is this relationship all about? What's this reading all about? All of that. Transcendence. Oh, okay. This could be about a letting go process that's going on, or at least transcending a stage of a relationship that you've been in and it all kind of changing. If this relationship has been on a certain level in the past or in the present, it might be changing to something else now. Either way, I mean, progressing or going backwards in a way, or to release. Connection. So there's a strong connection between you. Now, there could be more. I take this as the community card. So there could be, you've got lots of connections. There could be, like, within your friend group, where you might be working with each other, but there's a lot of people involved in all of this. Not necessarily in this relationship, but there could be, you both have a lot of connections, mutual friends, that kind of thing, colleagues. Turbulence, yeah. I was picking up on there's something transcendence. I was getting not necessarily positive change going on. Turbulence, rough waters, bit of a shake up, and it could be because of all the people involved as well, all the people around, people's opinions, that kind of stuff. Trouble in the workplace, perhaps. I don't know. Someone could be taking a step back. We'll see. Anyway, let's find out. So, some significant point in the past. How did Shell's person feel about them? Some significant point in the past. Disruptive. Okay. You're disruptive. Tower. You were a surprise to them, a disruptive surprise to them. They weren't expecting to meet you. They weren't looking for anyone. And there you come into their lives, throwing a spanner in the works. King of Wands. So, but they want you. Now, I'm getting a very lusty kind of a thing here. They didn't expect to meet you. They weren't looking for someone, and then there's all this passion for you and they want you. Could have started off as a very sexual thing, when they weren't looking for anything else. Yeah, disruptive. The Tower. So they're kind of feeling like you're a disruption in the life. Really, all of these. Ace of Voices. The Star. Four of Emotions. Queen of Inspiration. and the Five of Materials. So they see like that you're a good match with them. You kind of, they're hoping that you're a good match. Could this be something good for them? Well, you're shown as the Queen of Inspiration, so they do see, like, they're coming as the King of Wands, that's the Queen of Wands, so they could see you as like this match, but in a feisty kind of a way. You might both be feisty, but might both be very entrepreneurial, kind of go-getters kind of people, and they might see a match in you, but a trouble match is what I'm getting. I think I need to like cut this one out, like leave this one alone. You might be so similar to each other that even though that they can see there could be a feel a connection with you, and certainly a lot of lust for you, but thinking that you might be too similar in a way, and it might be trouble. You might be trouble for them, which makes me think that they think that they're trouble too, which they possibly could be. I think maybe you're both trouble. Now, your person here, they might have been out with different kinds of people. I mean, people that are very different than you. This has got a very masculine presence here, and they might have been choosing very feminine. And you might not be that. You might be more balanced than that, or be more in your masculine than that. And you're more of a match to them, but that they're taking that as not a very good thing. So the truth, you're a match to them. That's the thing, and they're not exactly pleased by that. They found you a bit triggering, a bit too like them. King of Wands, but they wanted you, and yeah, they're responding well to your energy in that way. You excite them. They think that you're trouble, but you excite them. Maybe because they think you're trouble, you excite them. Yes, the Lovers. They want that with you for sure. They wanted that with you. The Three of Inspiration. Feels to me like those dominoes could have been kicked over by becoming lovers. So did you get sexually involved with each other very quickly? Possibly with a connection like this. And then those dominoes started falling, meaning something was triggered, something was set off, like the roller coaster started and then it couldn't stop. I used to live near Blackpool when I was growing up in the UK, and there's a pleasure beach, an amusement park there, and it's not there, it won't be there anymore because it was just so dangerous. But there was this roller coaster, and it was purely off momentum. It was a rickety thing built out of wood, and it was called Mousetrap. Mousetrap? Does anyone know? Anyone know what I'm talking about? Whoa! Oh, it hurt. But this mechanical thing would fling your cart off, and then it was momentum that took you. If something stopped that momentum, then you got stranded, and people needed to be rescued off it all the time. It's very dangerous. Like, you really did get injuries on that thing, but it's exciting. Why was I talking about that? Oh yeah, the momentum it's very similar. The Mousetrap. Way back in the 70s and I wonder when they stopped that. 80s perhaps. They would have torn it down. But this is like that exact energy. It's a bit dangerous, but you want to do it anyway. And once that momentum is going well, you're either getting to the end of that ride with a few injuries, or you are get stranded and need rescuing off it. But either way, once it gets going, once you make that connection, once you're lovers, it's off. There's nothing you can do about it. And so something was instigated, and perhaps this is that kind of relationship where you just cannot leave each other alone, because that attraction is so much that you can't leave each other alone, even though you annoy each other because you're a little bit too similar. That's what it feels like to me. So yes, highly attracted to you, have to have you, but also not wanting you as well. So very much push-pull energy. What's behind that is slow but steady. So that momentum, yeah, might not have been fast, but you would have been pulled back to each other, pulled back to each other, pulled back to each other. How interesting. I've not had a read like this for a long time. What else? Time. You're trying too hard, give it time. So they're really not wanting to put a lot of effort into this. Probably just caving in when they feel that urge to be with you, you know, the booty call kind of stuff. Really not want to put a lot of time into this at all. And then you are with like connections as well, so you very well could work together. A lot of turbulence there, yeah. Them wanting to kind of let it go, transcendence. I was getting definitely take a step back from it. They don't want this relationship, but they do. How frustrating for you. I wouldn't think that this is a relationship destined for long-term kind of stuff. If you think that you can make that passion, it just doesn't feel like they want it like this, but also can't resist it like this. Talk less and feel more. So yeah, they're really not interested in making this to be more than it is. And they probably, because of that momentum thing, they probably think, oh, I shouldn't have got into this like this, but then they just can't resist. There is a magnetic force between you two. Can't leave each other alone. Respect. There is some respect there though. So you are very similar. They've got more respect for you than they have for previous partners. Let me put it that way. And they might be seeing other people as person as well. Probably are, in fact. They've got more respect for you than they have for the other people. But it feels to me like this person is in patterns where they're not really wanting to be with an equal. So they respect you. Self-love. Yeah, that's what it feels like to me. Because why wouldn't somebody want to be with someone that's just like them? Well, from my experiences, we get attracted to opposites when we're not really loving ourselves. So we get attracted to opposites because we're not really loving ourselves. We're not really thinking like we can be, completely happy by ourselves. And so we want things that we aren't. We want people that have got those things that we think we don't have in ourselves to come into our lives and bring something else in because we don't feel whole, right? And so we attract those opposites in. And the more we love ourselves, the more we realize that we're looking for someone just like us. Because if we're loving ourselves, then we'll want someone just like us, right? And loving ourselves, it means embracing your dark side. It means accepting that you're everything, really. And so you look for someone like yourself, the more you love yourself. Well, this, to me, calls for that because there's this obvious attraction and there's this obvious momentum to it too. So the universe thinks it's a good match. It is a good match. But while you're not loving yourselves fully, now I'm not getting whether you're loving yourself fully or not, but they're not yet. They've got this rejection part. And perhaps you've got that going on too, but it's definitely call for self-love here. Like a mirror to each other of like, why don't you love me properly and why don't you want me properly is what you should be asking yourselves in this situation. So if you've got the same thing going on for them, like, why don't I fully want you? Why don't I want you, to have something more with you? Why don't I want to pursue this more? Why don't I want this to be a long-term thing? If you're thinking that, they're thinking that, you need to ask yourself those same questions. Why am I not worthy of long-term love? Why have I got something missing? Why am I not enough? That's what's behind it. They might appear all like King of Wandsy, kind of all full of themselves and all of that, knowing exactly what it is that they want, but behind that is wounding. It's wounding. It's someone that's not loving and accepting themselves. So then they meet the match, they're rejecting rather than embracing. using. What can I say about that? Yeah, your person could be in this pattern of using people. It does feel like they've got more than one person on the go here. There's a lot of rejection in this, but a lot of attraction too. Now, some of them could feel like you want to use them as well. So your person could have a big ego of, well, yeah, they could, but they've seen you as the queen, so. But they could have this idea that you're using them for something. Anyway, expectations. They don't want you to have any expectations of them. They might have even said that to you. Because I felt particularly annoyed when I said that. They don't want you to have any expectations of them. Now that is that's a cop-out, isn't it? That is a cop-out that people say when they don't want to make an effort. Like, I told you not to have any expectations of me when they fail to do something, you know? I told you not to have any expectations of me. Youch. Wow. I was just thinking, wow, because there's going to be a present and a future part to this, so there's an ongoing story here. How's the heart? Treasure your loved ones. It's important to love others deeply, right? Like the mum, and yeah, they do have the capacity to love deeply, and they partition that. There's a few people that are in that box that get their real love. Romantic relationships isn't one of them. It isn't one of them for them. So they are kind of a user energy. That will be projection, fully projection there. Wondering whether you're using them for something, for their money or something like that, or their prestige, or if you're working with this person, they're your boss, that kind of thing. They might think that you're using you're using them to get somewhere, but it's purely projection because this person feels like a user to me. Feels like someone that just kind of goes through people, discards them. Anyway, there's certain people, perhaps the first love, along with the mum, the dad, you know. There's only certain people that are loved by this person, probably. Okay, so your disruptor, Charles. How are they feeling about you now? What has changed? Taking a step back. 3 of Cups, oh no. Hierophant. That surprises me. Well, the 3 of Cups doesn't surprise me because that is third parties. Ouch. And the Hierophant is about commitment. What a mix. Okay, 3 of Cups. How are they feeling about you now? 3 of Cups. Third parties. Awakening to the heartbreak. Ah, they're waking up. Okay, so awakening to the heartbreak of third parties. Maybe you're affecting them more. Maybe you've got into their heart more because they are waking up now to the repercussions of their behavior, of breaking people's hearts and all of that. 10 of Emotions, this is the happily ever after. You might have got into their heart. So even though they're still in third parties, and I'm very much feeling it, they're starting to feel the repercussions of that, the heartbreak. Not the heartbreak for someone else. It's not what they're putting the other people through. It's what they're putting themselves through. So they're feeling the negative effects right now of the playing. 10 of Emotions is the happily ever after. So they're waking up to that. How they've been hurting themselves. How they're not truly happy in this whole multiple partner thing, and how they've been breaking their own heart there, how they're constantly not getting their hearts fulfilled, getting their true wishes. Now, I don't know what you did. Maybe you pulled back from them, and maybe this attraction to you is so similar that they whether they want to admit it or not. They do want to be with you. They find you challenging, but of course their higher self and the universe is always going to call for them to be whole. It feels like you're very healing to them, or certainly waking them up to themselves, that they're not actually getting what it is that they want through all this third party nonsense. This is a tough path for you to walk with this one. Changes. So yeah, they're opening up to change. That's where they're at right now. It's like they're really feeling it. Well, they're not actually happy in what it is that they're doing in these patterns. And perhaps they could actually get what it is that they want. Now that could be, for some of them, they might have had a death in the family. You know how I was saying, like, love for them is just a portion to the ones, a certain few people, select people. One of those could have died, and it could have cracked their heart open a bit. For some of them, it could be like the mum, because when I said mum and dad, I heard no to dad. So for some of them, they could only love the mum and the grandma, and maybe the grandma died and just the mum was left, or something like that. Or perhaps it was just like the mum and the sister, and then the mum has died recently, and they've just got the sister left, and they're just like feeling the loss and not realizing how heavily they were counting on the mum for that unconditional love, and realizing, oh, that's what relationships are for. I'm meant to find someone and build that unconditional love, to have it for myself and not just rely on it from my mum. Very well could be that. Anyway, the Hierophant, it looks like they're looking for commitment now. The Hierophant, I'd be wary of this person. The Hierophant. Wow. Ace of Emotions, Knight of Emotions, they want to come in. They want to come in with they want this new start. They actually want a relationship. Holy crap. Justice and Four of Materials. But holding back. Your person might be wealthy but not be very generous with that wealth. They could have been choosing gold diggers all the time. Very much that energy of, I know before I was saying they could be very masculine and choosing very feminine. Could be that. And as a result, I've chosen the gold diggers. You know, those that want to rely on a man for the money kind of thing, because they're not doing it themselves. To be doing it themselves, they need to step more into the masculine, right? Into their masculine side. So they've got a bit of a battle on their hands at the moment, in that they don't want, it's like they want the match with the Justice, but they don't want to give so much in the relationship. It's weird, but anyway, they want to open their hearts up. So they are looking for commitment now, but they're wary of you because they don't want to give too much to you, which again makes me think that you're kind of balanced in your masculine and feminine, and that may be quite annoying to you, is that they don't want to give, you know. They want the emotional stuff. They could be wanting a mum replacement here, wanting you to step into that, but wanting to hold back what they can offer in a relationship. Very well could be that. This could be a masculine that hasn't realized that masculines need to give to relationships too, that it's not just about the woman giving to the man and taking care of the man and nurturing them emotionally. They do want to come in with a love offer there, but they've still got a lot to figure out, this person, because that's just stinginess all over it. That's the mindset. That's the, but I don't want you. I want you to be loving and nurturing because I'm missing that now because my mum died or something like that. But I'm not. I don't want to give anything to you. You shouldn't have to. You're a gold digger. You know, it's like I want your energy, but I don't want to give you my energy. Okay. What's behind that is duality, reunion of souls. They want you though. Oh, you've got a strong bond with this person. For you. Reunion of souls, duality. So they've got one rule for them, one rule for everyone else. How annoying. I don't want to meet this person. I want to meet, who was it? Flowers. I want to meet Flowers person. I don't want to meet yours. It seems like, oh God, hope I'm not this person. Hope this is not my reading. Anyway. Yeah, one rule for them, another rule for everyone else. How frustrating for you to be so attracted to this person. They seem to be figuring, they have progressed, at least, right? They've progressed. That's a good thing. Sexual union is how they're feeling about you at the moment. They want you. They want more now, not just the sexual union. They want that loving and nurturing from you. It's a step up, but it's still just asking from you, isn't it? It's still not about what they want to offer you, although they do have respect for you. Anyway, they want sexual union with you. Freedom. There's nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. See, they want to be free as well. This is someone that wants the cake and eats it. One rule for you, one rule for another. They might want you to be faithful to them. They don't want to be faithful to you. They're open to change though. Okay. They are open to change though. They're realizing that they're not getting their needs met. So as long as you keep on that emotional nurturing that they're wanting from you now, for you to fill this place of their mum or whoever it is that's out of their life now that was giving that emotional nurturing. As long as you don't offer that stuff up to them without them offering some energy to this relationship to you, then I think that this will go well. Like they'll keep on down this track to change, to more change. They do love you. Know that you're loved. They do love you. How interesting. But it feels to me like they're resisting that love, like they don't want to love you. They do love you, but they don't want to love you. They just want to have sex with you. But they're open to change. They are opening up to change. So it's kind of, yeah, there's a development going on here. They're realizing that they're missing out on something. They do still think that they can get it just from you, though, that you will give them that emotional nurturing. You can step in and do that. Just watch out for that, because I have known men like that. Don't want to give anything, but they think that all women should take care of them without a need for them to give back, you know. So it's like they want the women to be in the feminine, to be loving and nurturing toward them, but they don't want to be in the masculine and provide for the woman, provide anything, you know, because it's like, yeah, they don't want to be generous with you. That sucks. Can't have it both ways, right? They're being influenced by somebody. Okay, someone's got an opinion about you, and they're being influenced by that opinion about you. Not in a good way. I don't know what that is. They are being influenced by that, so that's a kind of a negative thing in their mix, is that someone that they know has got a negative opinion of you and they're listening to that. Gifts. Yeah, they're seeing you as a gift. Again, I'm picking up that stinginess from them, though. They're not wanting to give you gifts. Not wanting to give, because if they give to you, that means that they're in, and they're not. They're rejecting this relationship. It's very much a one-way street, this. This is a selfish person. But they are open to change, so maybe it'll develop one stage further from here. Orgasm. There they are with the sexual stuff again. We know. This is someone that connects sexually and not really in any other way. For their enjoyment, which makes them the villain, because they haven't got a grasp on relationships, two-way relationships, balanced relationships. This is someone who's probably been able to be really selfish. Perhaps the mum just took care of them and never got them to step up and do anything, so they've been allowed to be selfish. Perhaps they just kept on getting into these relationships where they didn't have to love them, and they didn't need to give anything back. Just Yeah. Getting that loving and nurturing from the feminine without giving back. Okay. How's the heart? Be authentic, but it's just me. It's just who I am. It's just who I am. So they think that's them in their authenticity. Being real, them being real, telling it as it is, that kind of an energy. But romantic. Romantic. Lavish the one you love with personal attention and affection. Not getting that from them. I'm not getting the romance at all. I'm getting the sexual thing. Or perhaps that's what they want from you, is that romance. They might like that romantic attention from you. Definitely one-way energy flow here, but the positive thing here is they're open to change, and it's one step forward now. They're thinking about commitment. But it's not necessarily a good thing in this. What commitment might mean to you might mean something else to this person. I think does mean something else to this person. They might be thinking about locking you into this relationship, kind of committing to you, but it's not necessarily the same thing that it means to you. The happily ever after stuff, the 10 of emotions, you fulfilling them doesn't necessarily give you the 10 of emotions. You need to watch out for that. You need to make sure that this person can fulfill your heart, not just you fulfill their heart, right? Anyway, they're open up to change. Let's see where this goes. If this sounds like it is your story, or it could be a story, Shells, you might want to get that deeper dive for the future part in this. How are they going to feel about you in the future? What's going to go on from here? Can you hold out hope here? Are they going to evolve from this point? Are they going to kind of get stuck in this energy? Is it safe for you to get locked in this? No, not at the moment, but let's see in the future, because they might learn. They might. You never know. Let's find out. I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link in the description box and in the comments below as well. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. Type your email address in very carefully, otherwise you're not going to receive it. The email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. Check in places like that, your email provider, where they hide the emails from you. It might be in there. Well, in that email, you'll see, amongst other things, you'll see a link to the crystal, the flower, and the shell. And click on that shell on a device where you can open PDFs. And in that PDF, you will see, amongst other things, a picture of a video. And when you click on the picture of a video, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, then just try on a different device and it will. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment as well. Click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell as well to hear more from me. So thanks for watching again. Good luck with all of this, if this is where you're leaving me. But if you're coming with me to the deeper dive, then I'll see you in there very shortly.